I've been gone, since I've been gone, since I've been gone. Many years since I've been gone. Poor old granny with a nightcap on. My name is Ginger Blue, and what I'll tell you's mighty true. I'm fresh from the old Virginia mountains, free as a bird what sails in the air, and I'm pure as water from the fountain. Well, sir, I was born when I was just a little bit of baby, way down them old Virginia mountains. So I went all the way through school when I was very young. Yes, sir. I went in the back door, come out the front door, and then I turned around and went back. So that made me go through twice. So when I gets up about 14 years old, big strip of boy, my pap said to me one morning, says, Ginger Blue, don't you know it's about time you was making up your mind to be something? I said, Pap, what do you want me to be? So now that's for you to decide what you want to be. Did you get out here and get you a job of some kind? I said, okay, Pap. So I always did want to be a cowboy. So I just goes down, I gets me one of these 10-gallon hats, and I sticks on my head. I gets me a big 45, and I straps on my hip. I starts right on out to being a cowboy. But you know some way, them cows didn't seem like they liked me much. Never did know hardly, unless maybe I shot a little too much bull. So I decided I'd better do something else. Then I'd hit me, I'll just be a lover, 'cause boy, I sure do like the gals. But some way them gals, they didn't like me too much either. So after I get a few scratches, bumps, black eyes and hair pullings, I said, this ain't no life for me. I'm gonna have to do something else. So I takes off my hat and I scratches my head and I studies. So I just started right on out, down the line, and seeing what I was going to do. Walking, talking, Ginger Blue, you caused me double trouble. Oh, Ginger, every time. Walking, talking, Ginger Blue, you caused me double trouble. Now you got old Ginger on the line. Well, sir, I thought, now what am I going to do? And so I'd hit me all at once. I'm just going to be a doctor. So I go down in Tazewell, Tennessee, and I puts me up a doctor's shop. So one day, a lady come into my doctor's shop and said, is you Dr. Ginger Blue? I said, yes, ma'am, I sure is. What can I do for you, lady? She said, oh, doctor, I got the misery, just something terrible. And I just want to see what you can do for me. I said, lady, you sure have come to the right place. I jumped up and I grabbed a handful of pills and a bunch of herbs, mixed them all up with castor oil. Now I said, now lady, you take these right straight home with you. And when you get there, you take a teacup full of them at bedtime. And I think by morning, you'll be Walking, talking, Ginger Blue, you cause me double trouble. Oh, Ginger never tired. Walking, talking, Ginger Blue, you cause me double trouble. Think it'll put you on the line. And so, early next morning, they heard a knock on my door. I said, come on in. Little boy walked in. He says, is you Dr. Ginger Blue? I said, sure, sonny. What do you think I is? Did you see my name out there on that door? He said, Dr. Ginger Blue, what was that you give my man last night for the miseries? I said, well, boy, I give her some of the miseries. What do you think I was going to give her? He said, I don't know, my man sure did act funny. Well, how did she act? He said, this morning about 4 o'clock, she jumped right about that bed, just turned round and round. She grabbed up that Sears Roebuck catalog, took out that back door just hard as she could go down behind the barn. And she was just a walking, talking Ginger Blue, you called me double trouble. Oh, Ginger never tired. Walking, talking Ginger Blue, you called me double trouble. You sure had put me on the line. Well, I went out to a chicken feast. The people they was eating like a pig and wild geese went along the way, going back to Alabama. Talk about people having a time, eating up chicken and drinking that wine is on the way, going back to Alabama. I saw Sal walking down the street, stepping so high, and boy, she's neat on my way, going back to Alabama. Oh yeah, Sal, I know you, one old slipper and a run-down shoe on my way, going back to Alabama. Some folks said the preacher won't steal. I caught 3 in my cornfield on the way, going back to Alabama. One had a bushel and another had a peg. One had a roasting nut tied around his neck. I was on the way, going back to Alabama. Well, I seen that tripe sitting on a log, crank on the trigger and it's on the hog, on the way, going back to Alabama. Gun went bang, hog went biff, tripe jumped on with all his grip, on the way, going back to Alabama. When I get ready for to leave this earth, I'll look back and say I got my money's worth on the way, going back to Alabama. Look down that lonesome road, hang down your little head and cry. Be studying about them poor little girls and hoping you'll never die. For there's more pretty girls than one. Yes, there's more pretty girls than one. In every town I've rambled around, I find more pretty girls than one. Well, Mama, she told me last night, she gave me good advice. She said you better quit your rambling around and marry your loving wife. But there's more pretty girls than one. Yes, there's more pretty girls than one. In every town I've rambled around, I find more pretty girls than one. Little girl, you throwed me down. You've left me all alone. So I'm leaving you this lonesome song to sing when I am gone. For there's more pretty girls than one. Yes, there's more pretty girls than one. In every town I've rambled around, I find more pretty girls than one. Come all young men and women, come mothers, fathers too. I'll relate to you the story of the Rowan County crew, concerning bloody Rowan and many hellish deeds. Kind friends, please give attention and listen how it reads. It was in the month of August, all on election day. John Martin was shot and wounded, they say, by Johnny Day. Martin could not believe it, although it being so. He thought it Floyd Tolliver that struck the fatal blow. Martin did recover, although some months had passed, when in the town of Moorhead these two men met at last. Tolliver and a friend or two about the streets did walk, but there seemed to be uneasy and no one wished to talk. Stepped into a grocery and then up to the bar. Little did he think, kind friends, he had met his fatal hour. The sting of death was near him. Martin rushed in at the door, and a few words passed between the men about a rowdy four. The people all were frightened and they rushed out of the room, when a ball from Martin's pistol lay Tolliver in his tomb. His friends gathered round him, his wife to weep and wail. Martin was arrested and soon confined in jail. Young men, please take this warning from the fate of these two men. Your guns will cause you trouble, on this you can depend. In the bottom of a whiskey glass a lurking devil dwells, that burns the breath of those who drink and sends their soul to hell.
scene's a man called John from Bowling Green. No hat on his head, no shoes on his feet, always looking for something to eat. Lost John, they call him Lost John. Come by my grandpa's house one day, told him that he wanted to stay. They asked him what he wanted to eat. He said 49 biscuits and a ham of meat. Lost John, they call him Lost John. John sitting on a railroad track, waiting for a freight train come along back. Freight train come along, didn't make a stop. You ought to seen Lost John getting on top. Lost John, they call him Lost John.
Two old freight trains side by side. Two old freight trains side by side. Two old freight trains right side by side. And I wonder which one I'm gonna ride. I used to be a brakeman on that train. Used to be a brakeman on that train. Used to be a brakeman riding on that train. Tonight I'm wearing the ball and chain. It's love, oh love, oh careless love. Love, oh love, how can it be? Love, oh love, how can it be? When I love that gal and she don't love me. When I had money she would go. When I had that money she would go. I had money, that gal would go and even follow me through the hail and snow. Now my money's spent and gone. Now my money's spent and gone. All my money is spent and gone, and I'm just an old hobo tramping on. Let me tell you what careless love will do. Tell you what careless love will do. I'll tell you what that mean old careless love will do. It'll make you hate your papa and mama too. Love, oh love, what can it be? Love, oh love divine. You broke the heart of many poor boy, but you're not gonna break this heart of mine. Hello there, friends, neighbors. This is your old friend Daisy Martin back with you again after many years. I recorded a lot of records, some of them good, most of them bad. Like this one's going to be a guess, but I'm going to give you good friends some good advice. I never did tell you how I got married, did I? Well, that is very important, because I know a lot of my friends were going to get married. So here it goes, just listen real close. Well, I met a fair young lady while strolling down the street. Her style and manner pleased me. She was so fair and neat. When I asked if I could see her home, she said, why, I don't mind. When saying goodbye that night by the gate in a manner real gentle and kind. Well, I tickled her under the chin, and I done it again and again. She didn't say no, she liked it so when I tickled her under the chin. We met again most every day, my friendship grew quite fast, and I soon found my heart was lost to the sweet little maid at last. I asked her to marry me, and since then so happy I've been. But it all came about by the queer little way I tickled her under the chin. Boy, I tickled her under the chin. Tried it again and again. She didn't say no, she liked me so, and I tickled her under the chin. There's another thing that's good for it too. My boarding house lady called the other day and had a frown all over her face. Said I'd better pay my bill or she'd kick me right out of that place. I pleaded for time, I said I'll pay you next week, but she says that's too thin. Then a great big idea entered my head and I tickled her under the chin. I tickled her under the chin, I guess not. Tickled her again and again, red hot. She didn't say no, she liked me so when I tickled her under the chin. Now you all may have adventures with the fair young ladies you'll meet. You will find not many of them would object to a drive or a treat. But if you'd get them love and kisses and all that affection's win, now be real careful, boys, don't get rough when you tickle them under the chin. Oh, tickle them under the chin, tickle them again and again. They'll never say no, they like you so if you'll tickle them under the chin. Well, if you listen real close, folks, and tell you the result of that tickling under the chin. Well, I have a little home that I call my own. There's no place like home. With a precious little wife that's a plague of my life, but there's no place like home. When you come in tired from a hard day's work, 6 or 7 kids will greet you with their faces black as dirt. Leave half the supper on the bosom of your shirt, and then there's no place like home. When your relatives come to visit you, there's no place like home. They'll pack their trunks and stick like glue, and then there's no place like home. When your mother-in-law takes the best bed you got, putting you out on an old shackly cot, and your brother-in-law lay around about half shot, there's no place like home. When the baby cries out in the middle of the night, there's no place like home. And you search for castor oil without any light, there's no place like home. Maybe step on the point of an upturned tack, come a-sliding down the stairs on the middle of your back. Your wife will holler out, well, hurry up, Jack. There's no place like home. Home, 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 sweet home. With your wife's cold feet in the middle of your back, there's no place like home. Young men, come learn of me. A sad and mournful history, and may you not forgetful be of the story I relate to thee. For murder I am now arraigned, and in a dungeon bound and chained. And when I'm yet compelled to stay until the 29th day of May, and then I'll leave my dungeon home and be consigned to a cold dark tomb, and there I must forgotten lie. Then come, young men, and see me die. Come see me meet a youthful gray, to trouble then no more to slay. My friends, I do not fear to die, or meet my Maker in the sky. My sins are great, I do admit. My Savior's power is greater yet. Then on His mercy I rely, for pardon when I come to die. Oh, welcome death, how sweet the sound, when I no longer shall be round, and 28 days is fit to mourn, found in my gloomy dungeon home. And then my soul must fly away to darkest night or brightest day, and there I must forever be, through fearful vast eternity. Come stand around me, young and old, and see me welcome death so bold. My youthful heart, it is so brave, I do not fear to meet the grave. Young men, be warned of me, and always shun bad company. And now I must bid you all adieu. Remember my advice, it is so true. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. I'm going out west to have a little rest. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. You told me you love me, Florine. You told me you love me, Florine. But now my money's gone and I have to travel on. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. I once bought your clothes, sweet Florine. I once bought your clothes, sweet Florine. Now my money's gone and I have to travel on. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. I'm saying goodbye, sweet Florine. Saying goodbye, sweet Florine. You know you done me wrong, but you'll miss me when I'm gone. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. They gave me 10 years, sweet Florine. They gave me 10 years, sweet Florine. The night I robbed the town, it was then you turned me down. I'm leaving you, sweet Florine. I'm down in the pen, sweet Florine. Down in the pen, sweet Florine. I'm down in the pen, but for you I'd go again. You're always on my mind, sweet Florine.